just wait until I'm like, what am I doing here? Where am I?
What year is it?
This is the weirdest honeymoon ever. Hey guys!
Hello.
It's Sunday, look how many people are here on a Sunday.
Yeah, we were like, oh, there might be like, you know,
Sleeping.
Rose, that'd be grand. You guys are crazy!
Just a bit.
Go home!
No.
Go to church. Church.
After yesterday.
Bring them out with us. Or just sat by the coffee machine.
So, we have got the makeup, female to male makeup, followed by SFX. Followed directly after to add character panel, and then at 4 o'clock we have, once again, Avengers! They were like, woo! Oh no!
God,
Here
no.
we go again. So yeah, we are doing makeup stuff.
Stop.
So yeah, I suppose the best way to do it is just to generally go over it, and if you guys have any questions at all, just put your hands in the air and we will, answer stuff. So do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first? Or?
No, you go ahead. Do you want?
Yeah, female to male makeup. Woo! That's bruise wheel for you. Okie dokie, so. For the female to male makeup, I've got a lot of female makeup, which makes sense. So, yeah, I should have pictures somewhere. Hello. So these are the ones we want to put up on preview. So people can, if they've got any, oh, look at that. Yeah. This, Jeffrey, how did you make that?
A lot of latex and a lot of hair.
A lot.
I mean, like a lot of hair. I had a cast, like a plaster cast on my face, and I'd take little clumps of hair, dip it in latex, pop it on, and I'd just keep doing that until the whole thing was done, and then latex back it and stick it to your own face.
Basically our cheap method, so you don't have to do lace backing on it, because
Yeah.
that takes forever.
Yeah, and then it helped to latex in some elastic, so you could strap it around the top of your head under the wig as well, because damn, it ended up being really heavy.
So who's actually been to one of our female to male SFX panels before? What are you doing back? You know everything. So yeah, just very basic. I'll start at the very beginning then, until someone has a question. Female to male. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to wash your face.
Scrub it.
Everyone like, what is that? Every convention, you should wash. Rule number 1. Yeah, wash your face, scrub your face down, be kind to your face at conventions, because how, my God, we drag our faces through hell for our costumes. So, yeah, scrub your face down completely, and then the best thing you can do is moisturize. Get a lot of good moisturizer on there. Be kind to your skin, please, first of all. So then it goes to your base layer. Now obviously it would depend on who you're doing. If you really do want to just go for like proper rugged, like really manly look, Booker, stand up. So manly. So manly. Booker, ooh. So Booker over here, he's single, looking.
You sell your children for beer money.
Sorry, man. I thought I could hook you up. I'm sorry, you ruined it. So yeah, look here. So obviously, if you're going for that sort of look, skip on the foundation. Just go for your rugged, ness. Go for your natural features. If you're really trying to, it's like ladies,
rotating.
ladies. So yeah, just wow, I'm so lost. Sorry. Yeah, just go for that. But as everyone knows, contouring is one of the most important things about doing man makeup. So once you've got your clean palette, so for this I do a lot of base layer pale, so I look like I'm the sickest person in the world. I've just recovered from the Black Death. So yeah, really pale for low key, just colouring a palette, and then contouring. Now, these things, loads of people are like, oh, you have to get really expensive makeup. You have to really. I went to Walmart, and these were I think $12 for the two. A highlighter and a contour. They're Revlon?
Yeah.
Revlon! Yeah, they're Revlon. These things, like I said, only got them in Walmart about 5 days ago. These can be your best friends if you're trying to do female to male. You've got one to highlight, one to contour, and these are your best friends. Yeah.
Can those shades work for someone with a darker complexion?
For a darker complexion, I would say more go for sort of the highlighting parts. So you're highlighting rather than go for, but you can get these, I think they went quite a dark shade on these ones. These had a whole range of shades. So yeah, the Revlon, I don't know what they are. They're Revlon. I don't know what, they always have those like Revlon.
Were they Instafix?
Colour stay or something.
Instafix? Yeah.
Because contouring is so popular now and loads of people have started doing it, there are loads of websites that will actually help you colour match the stuff you need. Because even if you're doing male to female makeup, the colours you want to use are still exactly the same. It's just the lines that you're doing differently. So if you look online, like what contouring colour should I use for my skin tone, they will have everything you need.
Yeah. So, how is it? Hello, beautiful. Stand up.
Don't touch me.
So, this is Mr. Stark. So, for the highlighted areas, the places you're really trying to highlight, I'm just going to draw a Simba, is across there.
Thanks.
And I'm using the blanket, I'm not just
Okay.
actually drawing on it. Is across there and down your nose. So these are the bits you're really highlighting because you're drawing attention to here more than the rest of your face. And then you're also doing it on the tops of your cheeks, like the very, very tops, because then it will make your cheekbones stand out more. So that's for the highlighting part. But and for the highlighting part, for the darker contouring, what I'd suggest is doing an actual Simba, a rainbow on your forehead, down the cheeks. So where you've just done the highlights, go underneath to get the cheekbones, because the cheekbones and obviously depending on your character, study how your character looks. For Loki, you need cheekbones like the heart.
That you can cut cheese on.
Because he's been starved of love all his life. And then the other places are underneath the eyebrows, underneath the brows, coming down your nose, so on each side of your nose, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to make the focus come to the centre of your face, make your nose look bigger, basically.
The ladies who know how to do the sort of sweeping up eyeshadow, you're basically reversing that. So instead of starting small in there and going big to the outside, you're starting small there and coming big to the inside.
And then the philtrum, that's what it's called, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, your philtrum, fill in your philtrum, dark shade still, fill in the philtrum. And then you're also going to do the rainbow on your chin, just there.
Upside down smile.
Upside
Upside down smiley face, as I always call it. And if your character has a butt chin, do that. You can also use the darker colour to go along your jawline as well, because what you're trying to do is you're just trying to make your face look angular. So obviously a lot of people say, well, I've got quite, a heart-shaped face, quite a fuller face. Does it still work? It still works. It still works absolutely fine. It is just about practice. Practicing where the contours sit best on your face and discovering the contours on your face. Sit in front of the mirror and just do that. Lift your chin up and try and find the actual edges that you have. You will have bones in your face. So find those bones and highlight them or shade them. So when it comes to doing the stubble as well, I'm going to pass if there's any questions, please do it. So you've done all your highlights, you've done all your lowlights. What are we doing? And then with your darker shade still, just fill in your cheekbones. This is if you're going to do Booker, Tony Stark, sort of the stubbly, I haven't shaved for a couple of days look. Fill in your cheekbones, because what this is doing is it's giving the base of where you haven't shaved for a couple of days. So just basically angleize your face, bringing some really strong
Angleize
your
your
face. Make yourself British. Angleize.
That'd be anglicised. Close.
I'm going with that. I have a degree in English. Woo! And this. Now what Kelly's is here, what Bruce is. Bruce, stand up for me.
Your turn.
Stand up, Bruce. Stand next to your boyfriend. Oh, broken Bruce.
Holiday Bruce.
Going back to Fiji.
You have a hand up.
The holy of holies. Yes.
Just a quick question. For the shadows that go underneath, between your eyelids and your eyebrows, would you recommend a contour or eyeshadow? Pronounce that.
You can use either, because I sometimes use eyeshadow. Do you guys have body? Yeah, you do have Body Shop over here. The Body Shop do a really, really good small palette where they've got brown and black and a little eyebrow pencil. And you can use then the black to do the eyebrows and then the brown eyeshadow to do all down here. They're really good, really. Just go in and be like, I've been told about an eyeshadow thing that looks like this and is silver and it's brown and black. And it comes with a little brush. It's an eyebrow kit, and they're really good, and they're perfect to keep on you because they've got a mirror as well. So if you're going around the convention and you need to fill it in again, because obviously that's going to rub so quickly.
Just make sure it doesn't have shimmer in it.
Yeah, don't have shimmer.
A lot of people make that mistake.
Yeah.
Shimmer in it.
But the idea is that by putting the shadows there on your face, what you're doing is you're bringing your eyes in closer, you're bringing your eyebrows closer. Oh God, I need better assistance. So yeah, you're just bringing your eyes in closer together and you're closing the gap between your eyebrows and your eyelids. You're closing the gap between the eyebrows and the eyelids, so you're making this space looking smaller by darkening it. Yeah, yes. Yeah, someone mentioned this one, so stipple sponge.
Stipple sponge.
The holy of the holy hand grenade of Antioch. Holy Grail. The Starbucks is really wearing off. So yeah, these things, if you're trying to do beards, if you're trying to do heavier beards, okay. If you're trying to do lighter lighter stubbles, these can work both ways. Ooh, they swing both ways. So, grease paint.
Ben Nye.
Amazing. I love grease paint. You can get all sorts of different ones. This is, how the hell do you say that? I can never.
Meron.
Meron? Is it Meron?
Meron makeup.
Meron
M-E-H-R-O-N. Meron.
Meron makeup, Ben Nye makeup, grease paint basically. These are so good. These are the sort of things that you want to be doing your beards with. So, something I've learned quite recently as well, which sometimes can work, is that you do, say you're doing Tony Stark, so you've got your black stouble on. I love you stood there like kids in an assembly doing So, literally, dab it really lightly, and before you go putting it on,
Wipe away the excess.
Get rid of the excess on the back of your hands first, because otherwise it is just going to transfer so much your hand, and you want just the lightest that you can get. Sorry. So yeah, and these...
Or don't destroy your arms and dab it on the inside of the lid. Because then you get off the excess and then you can pick it up again and not waste it all over your arms.
I enjoy painting times in the morning. So yeah. I'm trying to demonstrate on skin though. I'm demonstrating it. I can't give myself a bit, Loki. Right, so yeah, you can scratch it like that to get a bit of a longer beard going on, like you haven't shaved for a couple of days. That works for characters like Booker, Tony, Will Graham. We found out it works really well on if you're doing Will Graham. And if you're not scratching it to get the long one, you can just dab it, which gives you the more just slightly unclean look, like a bit of a...
I'm not disagreeing.
So yeah, don't go too heavy on it. Like if you make it slightly lighter, it generally looks better instead of really strong like black lines on your face. And something, as I was saying, that I've learned is that once you put the black on, if you then go over it with either a lighter brown or like a lighter cream sort of shade, and go over it, it sort of adds highlights to it and gives it a bit more depth. I only discovered this the other day.
She's saying she loves you.
Oh.
Makeup guru.
Yeah, so yeah, if you add in afterwards, if you get the highlighter that you've used and go in over it, it sort of adds in highlights to your stubble and it gives it more of a 3D look rather than just, it's a load of black on your face. Now, obviously,
Also match it to your hair. Don't wear
Yeah.
a brown wig and then a solid black beard, because that ain't how it works. Look at man faces. Especially in TV shows and animes and stuff, the hair and the beards are always, well, almost always match. Or they're a few shades darker.
now if you're going for something which is a longer one, if you're going for sort of goatees and whatnot, Fandra, stand your beautiful self up. Hey, boyfriend.
Can we sit down now?
Yes, you sit down. Boom, yeah. Look at that. For Asgard.
Look at that chin muff. So pretty and fluffy.
Yeah, that chin muff there.
Yay.
You can
Yay.
is I'm guessing they're
He's
lace,
just so
lace front
Yep,
beads.
they're
and
lace back. I actually got them from a website. It's a theater company online based out of New York. And what's kind of creepy, they're actually real hair. But they were really cheap. I only paid like $20 for both. They were actually separate. And then I had to trim them both because, you know, the goatee came down to like here and the mustache was like way out here and it was kind of crazy. But yeah, if you just search fake facial hair online, there's actually so many different websites you can find. And then I just spirit gum, and then I did all my makeup on top of it to kind of hide a bit of the lacing and whatnot. So.
Something that you've also done really well is that you've gotten the substance and you've sort of followed it out, where you've sort of, like he's shaving it in a bit, but it's still a bit stubbly around there.
Yeah, that's actually just part of it from where I trimmed it.
That's just a real beard, okay?
Sorry, I didn't realize it was your actual facial hair.
No, it's from where I've trimmed the goatee, because like I said, it was really, really long and I had to shape it. But it actually, because of the lace, it has some pleats underneath the chin, so it actually follows my chin around. And it goes all the way down. It's underneath my chin. It's a very strange thing to try to apply while you're sitting in your car. Which is what I did this morning. But yeah, it goes all the way down, and I have my spirit gum in my pocket because I emote a lot, so it actually pops up a bit. But keep your spirit gum with you. And a mirror. Mirrors are good.
That's a damn pro tip, yeah, when I was doing Dorian with the mustache and stuff. Keep your glue on you.
There's two things worth mentioning about false beards. One, always get human hair if you can, because they're quite common now and they look better. You can wash them out, you can dye them if you want to, so that's always good. A second thing is if you have concerns about human welfare, this sounds a bit of a weird thing, but there's a lot of places in India and stuff like that now where they steal hair, farm hair off women and things like that, and some of these do make their way onto the wig and beard market, and it's cheap hair for them essentially. So it's not particularly the nicest thing. So if you're one of the people who's sort of concerned about sort of thing, generally if you ask the supplier where they get their hair from, they'll be able to tell you. I know in America, a lot of people in America do sell their own hair, because for you guys, growing your hair really long seems to be a thing. So less so in England. So yeah, if you are concerned about that sort of thing, make sure to check it first. Same with human hair wigs.
Yeah. And the other thing you can do is crepe wool. Crepe wool is really good. And Cancolon. Cancolon is an amazing product as well. You can get that in 4 strands. That's what I made my Doran stuff out of, was crepe wool and Cancolon for the beard. Yeah. So yeah, crepe wool and Cancolon, you can get that in all colours. So even if you're doing a crazy anime character with like blue or red or whatever, you can get blue and red Cancolon. And the best thing about crepe wool especially is that you have 2 colours, you don't quite get the right shade or you want it to look a bit more natural, you can get 2 or 3 colours, you can roll them together and they mix to give this wonderful gradient of colours that then you can put on. So it's amazing stuff. Is there any other questions about? Yeah.
This is more a question about the adhesive that you used to apply that specific spirit gum. The spirit gum, is that the alcohol-based adhesive or is that the grease paint?
Let me find out.
Sure.
Spirit gum is resin based, isn't it?
So I'm trying to, this is a general question, I just can't remember.
Yeah, this is this has got the alcohol, rosin, cocoa gum, and castor oil.
Spirit gum is
So-
primarily resin, so the alcohol is what stops the resin being solid. But it does mean that once it's on your face, it can go kind of hard and crystally. So it's not the sort of, for us personally, we don't like using spirit gum, especially because it tends to reactivate with water. So if you sweat, it can come off. We use Prozaid. It's a medical grade adhesive made for prosthetic wearers. The idea being that you put a layer of it on your hair, your prosthetic, a layer of it on your skin, wait for them both to dry, and when you stick them, it doesn't come off. You need to use a remover for it, so that's the stuff we prefer.
What would you recommend as a counteractive to remove the adhesive?
To remove
The program? the one
To remove Prozaid, it generally does come with removers, or the places that sell it will give you a remover to go with it.
Not other alcohol.
Or if you're Jack,
Just pull it off.
the sides of your hair are destroyed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is kept on with Prozaid. This is all stuck down to my head. And I can wear this all day and I won't really have to worry about it. But yeah, it kept the remover because it also bonds to hair.
Yeah, it's really good. So Jack's discovered now that he's had Prozaid just permanently in his hair this weekend. There are cheap alternatives to getting it off as well, which is acetone. Anyone who knows acetone knows that it's not that great for your skin. We don't have Prozaid remover with us, so I used acetone to remove mine, and I think I'm missing part of my skin off my face now. So avoid that if you can. It was that or be an Asari all weekend, so I figured it was worth losing the skin for.
This was kept on with Prozaid.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
whole
jeez.
thing.
That weighed
A lot.
ton.
That weighed more than the wig. So,
That was a good 400 or 500 grams of
Yeah,
hair
of
there,
hair,
which
yeah.
doesn't sound a lot, but it is. That's half a kilo of hair on her face.
Essentially 2 days straight as well.
yeah.
Yeah.